It's Wednesday, March 4th, 2026, and you're listening to KoiCast. Also, apparently, it's the third and final day of the three-day Apple experience, so somewhere right now, a product manager is getting applauded for inventing a slightly rounder rectangle. I'm Hunter.
And I'm Riley. And yes, this whole episode was cooked up by robots in a trench coat. If it gets a little feral, that's the point. We leave the weird in.
Today, we're talking about a very specific combo meal, tiny open models from Alibaba's Qwen team. A new all-in-one audio thing called Higgsfield Audio, and Salesforce doing its annual What If Your Dashboard Got Up and Started Driving moment with Agentic marketing in their spring release.
It's like the ecosystem is picking a lane, smaller brains locally, bigger workflows autonomously, and everyone trying to auto-translate your face into 10 languages without looking like a dubbed soap opera.
Let's start with Qwen. They dropped a compact series like 0.824 and 9 billion parameter models, specifically the Qwen 3.5 small model series, and the claim is basically these tiny models punch way above their weight, plus they're optimized for local and offline use.
The timeline is obsessed with this. People are like, I'm running a smart assistant on a laptop battery and it's sipping power, and then 5 posts later, it beat a model 10 times larger. Which, okay, love the hype. But where does it actually hit in marketing work?
The first workflow where that punching up claim actually holds is all the annoying, high-volume, low-risk stuff, like give me on-brand subject line variants, rewrite these captions into a different tone, turn this long blog into social snippets, generate alt text, build a keyword cluster draft, summarize customer calls into bullet points.
Yes, the boring stuff that still eats your day.
Exactly, and the reason small models shine there is you're not asking for genius, you're asking for throughput plus consistency. If you pair it with rules like don't invent numbers and stay inside our voice, it can be ridiculously effective.
Okay, but where does it fall apart fast?
2 places. First, anything that needs deep reasoning or nuanced persuasion, like actual positioning, brand narrative, competitive comparisons, sensitive compliance language, you'll see more confidently average output. Second, anything that requires fresh facts, if you don't give it retrieval and guardrails, a small local model will hallucinate just as enthusiastically as a big one, sometimes more.
So it's like great bouncer, not headliner.
Yes, Riles. Bouncer energy.
But if local and offline is the privacy dream, why do teams keep crawling back to paid APIs? Like you know they do. Everyone does the "we're sovereign now" post, and then they're back on a cloud bill.
The hidden tax is ops. People underestimate what it takes to run this in production. You need someone who can deploy it, update it, monitor it, secure it, and make sure the model doesn't become a data leak vending machine.
Also latency. Like local is fast until you want it to do 5 things at once.
And quality variance. Teams end up building an escalation path anyway, small local model for drafts, then a bigger API model for final polish or risky tasks, which is actually the sane way to do it.
So who's actually winning with self-hosted LLMs in 2026?
I think it's 3 camps: regulated enterprises who need data control, agencies who want margin and don't want per-call pricing to murder them, and the weird edge device builders like retail kiosks, in-store assistants, stuff that can't depend on the internet.
The weird edge device builders sounds like a band that opens for Daft Punk.
Honestly, I'd buy the merch.
Speaking of merch, Higgsfield Audio is the creator candy in this story. They're selling this script to voice to translation plus lip sync pipeline. How close are we to global campaigns being basically a button?
Closer than people realize for short form. If your ad is a tight talking head style clip, you can localize without a full reshoot. That's huge. Higgsfield Audio is bundling voiceover generation, voice replacement, translation, and lip sync in one place, and that's the real win. Less tool hopping.
Wait, hold up. I need to say the quiet part out loud. The demo is always clean. The real world is messy. What's the uncanny valley tell?
Timing and emotion. The mouth might match, but the micropauses feel off, or the laugh lands like a threat. And sometimes you'll see the eyes and cheeks not quite reacting to speech the way humans do, even if the lips are synced.
Yes! It's like when old GPS voices tried to sound friendly, like turn left or else.
Another thing people online get wrong, voice swapping and multilingual lip sync is easy to demo on one clip, hard to ship at scale for a brand.
Legal panic.
Yep, you need rights to the voice, explicit consent, and a policy for what languages you're willing to publish in. Because localization isn't just translation, it's cultural meaning. A direct translation can accidentally turn your premium brand into a cringe brand.
Or worse, your joke becomes a political statement in another market. Congrats, you're trending for the wrong reason.
This connects to something we've talked about on the Koi blog, the consent layer nobody built yet. If you're going to automate voice and personalization, you need machine-readable permission and guardrails.
Because the moment you can clone a voice in 2 minutes, you can also accidentally create a scandal in 2 minutes.
Now let's swing to Salesforce. Marketing Cloud Spring 26 is getting flagged for agentic marketing, agents that help draft and create campaigns, and can also recommend optimizations using engagement data like segmentation and send time optimization.
Dashboards got bored and decided to drive. That's so real.
Where do these agents genuinely outperform humans? First, they can watch patterns continuously. Humans check dashboards when they remember. Agents don't forget. Second, they can do micro-optimizations like send time tuning, fatigue control, and detecting when a segment is overheating.
That's actually helpful, because half of marketing ops is babysitting rules somebody made during a launch panic.
Exactly. Agents can replace brittle if-then spaghetti with something more adaptive if you set the goals and boundaries correctly.
Okay, but where do they optimize you into a bland, overfit mess?
When you optimize only for short-term metrics, if the agent's goal is maximize opens, it will slowly turn your brand into clicky beige oatmeal, or it will learn the safest subject lines and never take creative swings.
So you end up with a brand voice that sounds like an airline safety card.
Right, which is why guardrails are non-negotiable.
Like what? Give me the "I will not ship without this" list.
Brand voice constraints, compliance rules, and budget caps. Also Channel-Town Sime sanity, like don't email at 3 in the morning just because someone doom-scrolled once. And you need a human approval tier for anything that changes meaning, offers, pricing, or claims.
And a kill switch. Always a kill switch.
Always.
Quick ecosystem check, though. This week feels like the pattern is smaller models get good enough to run everywhere, audio tools are collapsing the pipeline, and enterprise stacks are baking in agents. Like we're watching the stack turn into a robot org chart.
Totally. We've also had a ton of movement in audio lately, like the open source voice tooling we covered recently, and that's why Higgsfield matters. It's not inventing audio, it's packaging it into a workflow that creators will actually use.
Packaging wins. The best tech that nobody can operate is just a museum exhibit.
So here's the practical play for creators and marketers listening. Use small open models like Qwen as your draft engine locally, especially for privacy-sensitive work like internal docs, sales enablement, or client strategy drafts.
Then route risky stuff up to a stronger model, or a human review. Hybrid is the vibe.
And for video, test Higgsfield audio for localization, but build a review step specifically for emotion and mouth timing. Like literally have someone watch on mute, then watch with audio, then watch at speed.
And don't voice swap your CEO unless your CEO signs something. I can't believe we have to say that, but here we are.
For Salesforce agentic marketing, start by letting agents recommend changes before they execute them. Shadow mode. Let it earn trust.
And if your agent starts turning your brand into beige oatmeal, you revoke its keys.
All right, that's it for today. Thanks for hanging with us on this last day of the Apple experience. May your announcements be minor and your battery life be major.
Subscribe to KoeCast and go check out koe.com/resources for AI news and updates. Go be creative, go automate the grind, and if your AI tries to publish something unhinged, that's what approvals are for.
Catch you next time.